So there was I, just scrolling through TikTok, simping over girls. You know, the drill. My feed was a blur of Instagram baddies and those trendy clean girls, when suddenly my eyes stopped on her. A dark angel in lace, high boots, and eyeliner so sharp it could cut deeper than your ex's excuses. I dove into the comments and what did I find? A whole army of sims, all saying the same thing: I want a goth girlfriend. So today we are gonna break down why so many guys are absolutely head over heels for them, and are goth girls genuinely better than average normie woman from 2025 who's all about Taylor Swift and dressing like old money aristocrat wannabe. Smash that like button and subscribe if this Christmas you'd rather find a goth girl wrapped with a bow under your tree than Lego Death Star. Let's get into it. What's up, comrades? Let's kick things off with the looks, cause let's be real, the first thing anyone notices is the appearance. Shared interests, emotional connection, all that vanilla stuff that matters, but it comes later. And this goes for both men and women. So, what do we know about goth girls? It's black on black, spikes, chains. The whole vibe kinda say, go ahead, try talk to me, if you dare. Their whole aesthetics is this perfect balance of darkness and confidence that just breaks all the rules. They draw you in with this mix of individuality, drama and mystery. And let's be honest, what's more intriguing than a good mystery? This style lets them stand out from the grey, boring crowd and express their uniqueness through unconventional clothes, makeup and hair. Their look often mixes dark elements, like all that black and leather, with romantic touches. Think lace, fishnet stockings, the kind your dad might have used for fishing but way cooler, and that killer eye makeup. A goth girl is the walking talking embodiment of I'm not like other girls, and our brains, frankly, glitch out like it's a bug in the Matrix. She doesn't fit the Instagram beauty standards, and that's exactly why she triggers a stronger hit of dopamine and curiosity. Especially now, when fashion for girls has swung towards that groomed, natural look with minimal makeup, the so-called clean girls. The contrast a goth presents is just impossible to ignore. But here's the thing you gotta understand, a goth girl isn't just about the look, it's a whole mindset, and that's our second big reason for their appeal. Their dark charisma and their ability to just be themselves without bending to society's expectations comes from a place of genuine inner confidence. This creates a real emotional impact on people and draws them in. That kind of self-assurance signals a stable sense of self and an ability to accept who you are, which is honestly inspiring and makes people want to follow your lead. While everyone else is desperately trying to fit in, chasing the latest fleeting trend, she's just living in her own personal aesthetic nightmare and absolutely rocking it. She could care less about what the normies are wearing this season. You won't catch her gossiping about some celebrity's latest family drama, but she'll talk to you about real stuff. About philosophy, about art, about why crows are the most underrated birds on the planet. With her, you step out of the matrix of endless, mindless content consumption and start to see the world differently, albeit in a much darker color palette. And we can't skip over the whole majority thing. While most boys at 25 are just discovering that life isn't all about grinding ranks in CS2 and Dota and are panicking because they have to pay the electric bill, your goth girlfriend has already been there, done that. She made peace with the sheer absurdity of existence back in middle school. Her soul has already taken a field trip to the land of frustration and antidepressants and came back because the decor was too boring. With her, you find a weird sense of stability. She's your anchor in a world that's lost its mind, because she lost hers a long time ago, and she's perfectly comfortable here. Now, let's talk about their specific tastes. And no, I'm not saying you have to start dyeing your hair and painting your nails black to match her. In a time where you can't escape Kanye West or Taylor Swift's song that's been playing to death, hearing something different feels like a breath of fresh air. Being with goth girl will introduce you to music that's literally create new wrinkles in your brain. If you can't quite get into The Cure or Joy Division yet, you can at least start by cuddling under a blanket together listening to Black Sabbath or Metallica. Show some respect, man, that's classic stuff right here. With her, you'll also discover the world of real classic cinema, where Tim Burton is just the entry-level stuff, and world literature is plots deeper than the Mariana Trench. Okay, fair warning, almost all of it has a pretty dark tone. And by classic cinema, she might mean something like Nosferatu: A Symphony of Horror from 1922, not Rebel Without a Cause. But honestly, that's still way better and definitely more informative than watching Nikocado Wakada or any of the that brain-rot content online. Alright, let's get down to bros tags. A date with a regular girl? That's a gamble. You might end up blowing a ton of cash on some trendy spot serving bruschetta with avocado and tuna, whose life in the ocean was more interesting than yours. A date with a goth girl? You'll be lucky to find a dark-themed cafe that serves black coffee and maybe blackberry pie that looks like an offering to some pagan deity. In a pinch, if money's really tight, you can just go for a walk through an old cemetery, talk about the meaning of life and still have an amazing date. And her wardrobe is a non-issue. You will never ever hear "I have nothing to wear", because her entire closet is the same color palette and style. She could literally wear the same black outfit every day and it will still look fire. Last but not least, the heart of gold. You can't win her love with cheap compliments. And honestly, if you're not a part of any alternative scene, breaking the ice might be a bit tricky, because people from these subcultures often stick together. They found their tribe after not fitting in with the normie world. But if somehow you manage to become her person, you will have the most loyal, genuine individual by your side. The one who looks like she might sacrifice you to Satan in your sleep, will with that same passion actually take care of you. She'll bring you tea when you are sick and recommend an album that perfectly describes your current mental state. Now, even though I've been singing the praises of our dark princesses left and right, I gotta be real. Making a relationship like this work isn't always a walk in the park. The drive to stand out from the crowd with unconventional clothes and satanic tendencies doesn't usually come from nowhere. Often it's a response of things like growing without a father figure, dealing with family trauma, lack of attention from parents, domestic violence, or struggle with childhood insecurities. We're talking about some real heavy stuff. Those experiences leave a mark on a person's behavior, which can sometimes show up as social anxiety, a bit of toxicity, or sticking a little too tightly to their own group while being wary of anyone who's not like them. Back in my university days, the philosophy department was right next to ours, and let me tell you, it was full of non-conformists, so I've seen these firsthand. But here's the bottom line: even with all that, being with a goth girl is like trading in a lame plastic electric car for a dark charismatic black Chevrolet Impala. It's a whole different league. So yes, a goth girlfriend isn't just an aesthetic preference, it's a conscious choice in favor of deeps, a unique kind of stability, impeccable if gloomy taste, and a complete disregard for stupid trends. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video. See you soon, comrades!